On May 6th, 2021, we lost one of the greatest manga creators the world has ever seen. Beloved manga artist Kentaro Miura of the action, horror, dark fantasy manga series known as Berserk. His work has gone on to inspire many other anime, mangas, and even been referenced in several of the From Software Dark Souls games. So, to pay respect and to show my appreciation after his passing and the love that I have come to have with this series, I am going to be doing a tier list of the covers of all 41 mangas. So make sure you guys get strapped in, grab a snack, a drink, and just join me on this adventure we are going to do. Hopefully this will not take too long. But hello everybody, my name is Michael Kayoshi98 and we are doing a Berserk volume cover tier list of all 41 volumes of Berserk. Now, the ratings we're going from are S rank, which are the ultimate and the best covers ever, all the way to D, which they're okay, but they kind of failed to really prove a point. So nothing I think of the covers is F tier, so we're going to just cut out the F tier. But let's get started. I have all 41 volumes here to the side, and I will pull them out and have you guys observe them with me. So let's get started. So, the first one is Volume 1. Volume 1 is obviously iconic. It's the first one of this amazing journey that you're going on. Shows the main character Guts in all his glory. And I'm going to be a little biased here at the beginning, but I think this is an immediate S tier one because I think this cover shows exactly like how it's going to be set and everything, and it's amazing. I mean, you got him with his mechanical arm, his crossbow, him loading the bolts, and what looks like a sword, but you can't see the sword. But this is an immediate S tier. This is iconic. Okay. Volume 2. This one has kind of a step down to me, in my opinion, because it's Guts stripped of all his armor and stuff, and he's working on his mechanical arm, which is kind of cool because we've never really seen that happen before. But to me, it kind of falls a little flat, but it's not terrible. So I'm going to put this in B tier. This is going to be a long video, but hopefully you guys are here for it. Volume 3. This one, I don't think it's as iconic as, I don't think it's as iconic as the first volume, but I do love how we get to see Guts using the Dragon Slayer, him holding a slain dragon, which we have not seen yet. If he doesn't actually get to kill a dragon with a sword called Dragon Slayer, it's going to be a little upsetting, just to be honest. But this one, I love how brutal it looks. It's shows the carnage that he puts in his wake whenever he gets angry. I say this is a solid A. It's not as good as the first one because the first one's iconic, but this one's also really good. So I'm going to give this an A. Next, we have Volume 4, which is the beginning of the biggest arc, I think, so far in Berserk. They might be tied with the Falcon of the Millennium one, but this one is the start of the Golden Age arc. And it shows a young Guts. You see he doesn't have the Dragon Slayer anymore, but he has a broadsword. I think this one's good. It shows that he's a warrior in his prime, or he's getting up there. I'd say this is maybe... I think it's better than Volume 2, but I don't think it's better than 3. So I'm going to give this high B tier. Because I think I gave... Oh, I've already forgotten. I think I've given... I gave 2 a C. Yeah, that sounds right. Alright. This one is another really iconic one. This is Volume 5. This is... Again, it's the Golden Age. It's the huge thing between the 100 Years' War that Guts and the Band of the Hawk are all trying to stop. As you can see Griffith, Casca, Guts, and all the Band of the Hawk members. And this one is really iconic because when I first saw this, I saw the wings here on the top. And I thought that was just part of the title, because I always remembered the blood splatter around it, but I always was like, did I remember the wings there? No, this is to hide the fact that this is the chapter that the volume that Nosferatu Zod shows up, who's one of the most iconic apostles that Guts and Griffith go against. So it was a great way to introduce him. This, I don't think... You know what? I think I'm going to give this one an S tier too. I love how it shows everyone in their prime, and then it shows a lingering danger here. I think this is an S. This is great. All right. Volume 6. Again, it's good. It shows Guts wearing armor, which obviously becomes a thing with him later on, but not really the helmet per se anymore. So I'm going to give this one a simple one, and I'm going to say this is a B. It's okay. It's cool. It's a good design. There's nothing super special. It's a B. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Okay. Volume 7. This one to me, and I think a lot of people have also said this is kind of the weakest one of them all, because first of all, it shows Guts using a shield, which he's never used, and then it shows Casca here with him, looking kind of more feminine and girly, I'll say. That's the best way I can put it, which it's fine. That's what she is, but she kind of tries to be different from everyone by not being the girl. She's trying to be the tough one, even though she is a woman. But I'm not saying that is a bad thing. Please do not take this out of context. I will find you. But this one I think is the weakest one so far, and I would say this is a D. It's okay, but it's a little flat. Right. Next we have Volume 8. Volume 8 is kind of showing a turn of things. It's showing Guts in the background now, while Griffith has taken the front and center as kind of Griffith's shadow. This is really good too, and it does show things are kind of becoming tension. Which, by the way, if I go back to this one real quick. This one is more about Casca's backstory, so if I were to take the context of the backstory into this would be higher, but I'm just reading the covers. So that's why. But I love the explanation of Casca's backstory in that one. But anyway, this one is showing, you can see Guts here is in the shadow of Griffith, and something obviously is changing. Maybe it's not for the better. But I'm going to rate that a high B. High B. All right. Next we have Volume 9, which this one, for context, is now Guts is now solo. He's not with the Band of the Hawk anymore because he left. And it kind of shows that even when he's not away or with the Band of the Hawk with war, he's still encountering dangers. And it shows a character that does come into play later on. Its name is Salat, and he is part of a empire called the Kushan Empire, which are these magical deities and other stuff like that. And he comes into play a lot later on. But I'm going to rank this one just by pure look. A B. I think a B again. It's not bad. It's not good. It's okay. Now, these are where they're going to start getting pretty interesting. This one is another very good one, because this introduces one of the most iconic characters besides Guts, which is the Skull Knight. Skull Knight is this mysterious skeleton knight rider who comes around, offers words of advice to Guts in very cryptic ways. And he's trying to help change the dial of destiny, or change the scales of destiny. And Guts isn't understanding it right now. But pure cover art. This is amazing cover work. Kind of shows that there's something interesting going on. I think this is an A. I think A is solid. Maybe, yeah, A. A is perfect. Okay. Give me a second. Gotta put these back in order just so I can keep it nice and organized for you guys. Hoping you guys are enjoying the video so far. I know I am. Trying to make sure not to ramble too much for you guys, because unfortunately that can happen with me, just the way I am. Alright, almost there. That was the first stack. So now we're on to the next one. Alright, so we ended with volume 10 there. Now we're on to volume 11. Volume 11 is showing that there's something else going on. As you can see, the shadows are starting to make him look like the Black Swordsman from Black Swordsman arc and other things. So it's but this is still the Golden Age. After 11 volumes, we're still technically in the Golden Age, which is crazy. So, this is just kind of proving something is amiss. Something is happening. You can see right here, it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see there's hidden dangers in the shadows. You can see Zod. You can see something here. And then this is not a statue. This is actually another character that comes into play later on. Plus, the way this is, look what's in his hand. The crossbow. You have the crossbow. His arm is damaged a little more here, kind of to show something. And the shadows make it look like he's wearing black. So this is the start of the start of how Guts becomes the way he is. This is another very high A. This is very good, because this is showing bad stuff is coming. Speaking of bad things, these next two are very iconic. Volume 12. Volume 12, this is incredible. This shows something really bad is happening. You can tell you can't tell who this is at the moment if you don't know for the context, but this is Griffith, and he's going through a transformation into something very, very bad. And this volume and the next one are part of one of the biggest turnarounds and craziest events in all of manga I've ever read so far. The eclipse. The other half of this and another volume, the next one, is all the eclipse. That's how big this event is. This is an S tier. When you look at this cover, you can just tell bad stuff is about to happen. And that's correct. Bad things are coming. Okay. Excuse me. This, to me, this volume here is the most iconic in my opinion. This is immediately S tier. I'm not saying anything else. Volume 13. This is the peak of the eclipse. The most devastating turn of events to ever happen in anime manga. I'm not telling you exactly what's happened, but I think you can tell by the cover bad stuff has happened. You see Guts here. He's holding a broken sword. He's holding Casca in his arms. And you can see Guts has cut off one of his arms. This volume, when I read this, hurt. I'm not saying why because that is a huge spoiler, but peak. This is incredible. This is the highest S tier I can ever give. When you could not even know what Berserk is, and you've probably seen this, this is insane. This is by far the best volume cover there has ever been. Volume 13 is an S. S plus. I'm sorry, but that is the best volume cover. Sorry, got a little in my head there. Alright, back to where we were. Volume 14. Guts is now officially the Black Swordsman. He's got his little buddy here, which you haven't seen in any of the covers yet. Excuse me, but this is Puck. This is his little elf companion named Puck. He doesn't like him, but he has him around. This one, it kind of has the same thing as the first volume, except this time he's got the sword in front of him. He's got the crossbow and everything, and Puck here. I don't think this is as iconic as the first one still, or 13, but I'd say this is still a high A tier. This one's still really good. He's officially the Black Swordsman, and everything is... his journey's only going to have pain now. Alright, volume 15. This one is very interesting. I wasn't sure what to think about it the first time I saw it, but this features one of the best mini arcs in the Berserk series called the Lost Children arc, which it basically shows what happens when everyone is at their lowest point and what can happen to them. And Guts gets downright, like, diabolical and evil. Like, he gets bad. And you don't want to see that happen to the hero or the person who's trying to do right. He's letting the evil consume him because of what happened. And so, this volume, I would say this is also a high A. Like, I like the style of it, and it's very good. Very good. I need a drink. All right. Next one. Volume 16. Volume 16, again, I like how it shows Guts charging towards an enemy, which I don't know what enemy this is, but a lot of people have speculated this is Zod, but the thing about it is Zod, I don't know. It might be, but I definitely like how this shows an action shot of everything, of him, just how angry he is, and I like that. But a lot of people put this one in S tier, and I don't know. I don't see it. It's not that it's bad. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's just I don't see an S tier. I say this is also A. Like this, I do like the action shot and everything. I kind of wish we knew who that demon was. It looks like Zod, though. I think it is. But that's still high A. All right. Volume 17. This one is, again, it's like Volume 7. It's kind of flat. It's not really anything special. I do like how it shows Puck, which is a character you don't see on the covers that much. But again, it's kind of like, meh. It's not anything crazy special or anything like that. So I would say this is a C, maybe a D. I don't think it's as bad as 7, but I think it's not amazing either. So I'm going to say C. Like, it is interesting how it looks like a painting, though. That is an interesting take. All right. Volume 18. Volume 18 is definitely really interesting because the nice thing about it is that it shows, it's like a continuation of 16 that we just saw. It's like Guts slicing at Zod or trying to hit that person in the background, which is Griffith. And it looks like Zod came in to try and block it. And you can see he's upset about it. And I think this one's also really good. I think this... I would say A, or maybe... No, a B. A B. It's not bad. It's good. It's good. Ow. Sorry. 19. Volume 19 is a strange one because we never again see a shot like this in the manga. And it's okay. It's just Guts in front of what looks like the moon during a lunar eclipse, it almost looks like. And I guess that might be a sign of something because it's talking about how the sacrifice or whatever is coming again, or like another eclipse that is already coming or something. But I'd say this one's a C. I don't really see anything too special about it. Like, it's Guts in front of the moon. It's okay. I'd say a C. And volume 20. So volume 20 features only Casca, which is really interesting because I don't think there has ever been any other volume that is just Casca, which is really interesting to me. And this one, it shows her holding something and kind of like a motherly figure she has here, which is really interesting. And I'm going to say probably a B, because it is really cool how it is just Casca, not Guts or anyone else. But let's move on. Let's move on to the next set. We're at 25 minutes here, so again, if you guys are still here, I greatly appreciate that, and I hope you guys are enjoying the video. I do hope to continue streaming again soon. It's just I've been working a new job and stuff, and it's kind of just takes it out of me at the end of the day. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get back into it soon. But just be patient with me, and we can all be happy. Excuse me. All right, next one. Volume 21. This one is really interesting because it's one of the first ones we get that is just Griffith. And it shows him reborn as this otherworldly figure. He's got like all kinds of feathers, looks extremely holy and stuff, or really ethereal. That's the word. And the thing is, it's really interesting, is that I think this is supposed to be a Griffith or a Griffin or a hawk, which is always associated with Griffith, is that he's the hawk of light. And if I have to say, it is really cool, and I would say a high B. I would say a high B. All right, volume 22. This one is really interesting because, again, it's showing Guts and Griffith, and this one's, I don't know what to say about this one. It's kind of flat. It's just them standing back to back, and it's like, I think the point is that they're so close to each other yet so far away or facing the other way, because Guts is still trying to hunt down Griffith with what happened, and Griffith is trying to get his own kingdom. And they're so close to getting each other, but yet so far away. And I think that's the symbolism, is that they're facing away, even though they're right next to each other. So if I had to say, I would put this as a C, I think. I think a C is okay. It's okay. But I think the symbolism of it makes sense. 23. 23 is, again, it's kind of showing the same thing from volume 5, where it was the band of the hawk and them all here while Guts was there in the front. But this time it shows Guts and Casca, and then you can see here, there's something a little sinister right here. That is Guts' Beast of Darkness, or what is his PTSD. It's literally a demon, or like a beast of hatred and just bloodlust that wants to get at Griffith. And then it shows this time Griffith is here in the background with the band of the hawk, but not the original. Because you can see, if you know the context, these are all apostles that Griffith has recruited to form a new band of the hawk, but not the original. And I think the symbolism of this is really great, and I'm going to say this is also an A, because I think if you know the context of everything, it shows like it's trying to be something, but it's just a shadow of what the band of the hawk used to be. This one is really interesting too. This is volume 24. This is now Guts and his new companions, because of what happened in volume 12 and 13. And this, it's okay. It's showing everyone, which is cool. But again, it's nothing special. It's nothing bad. It's a B, like a B minus. It's all right. It's all right. And then this one's also, again, showing off Guts' new companions. And you can see there's something here. There's some trolls here. There's a new character here. I think this is, again, a B because it's kind of the same thing as this one, but it's one extra character now. I don't know. I think it's a B as well. Maybe a little better than that one, than 24. Now we're getting into some better ones, because those ones were kind of meh, I'll admit. 26. Volume 26, it shows Guts all bloody and beat up. Something is really bad happened to him, and this one, I think it's where it is shown up. Yes, it is. This is where Guts gets one of his most powerful additions to him, which is the Berserker armor, which the panel of it is incredible. Him getting this armor is incredible. And the art style of it is so good. You have no idea. I mean, you have this here where it shows him in it, and then it did that full double page. But based on just the cover, this is a B because it doesn't really show anything. It just shows him beat up. That's all. But if you knew the context of what's in this, obviously it would be higher, but it's not. Now this one, this is another callback to the first volume, but this time you can see some changes have happened to Guts. You can see the Beast of Darkness's eyes here. He has the Dragon Slayer. You notice there's a new little white stripe in his hair here. And he looks a little more beat up than usual, and his armor also looks a little different too, because he's now wearing the Berserker armor, which is amazing. I'd say this is an A. This is really, really, really good. Because again, it's a callback to the first volume, but it's modified. It's a little different. And you can also see, if you look really close, which I don't think it'll be able to, there's a little bit of a flame in Guts' eye there. Kind of like there's a fire fueled inside of him. So, A, if you didn't hear me. This one's iconic for another reason. Volume 28 shows him fully in the Berserker armor on the cover. And this cover was so iconic at the time. The developer Hidetaka Miyazaki of Dark Souls used this depiction for the boss DLC of Dark Souls 1, or the Prepare to Die edition of Knight Artorias. If you look up Knight Artorias and this picture side to side, it's pretty much a one-to-one recreation. And there's something about this one that just holds a special place ever since I've seen that. This is an S. This is so iconic for that reason why. And I love that. This one, volume 29, meh. It is kind of meh. It's just Guts pointing his back with the sword there. So this is a C. It's kind of a C if I'm honest. It's not really that amazing. Maybe a D, honestly. I mean, it doesn't... Oh, wait a minute. Now that I actually stopped and looked at it, you can see the red in the cape there. is the same as the Beast of Darkness's eyes. Okay, I never noticed that before. But if I didn't notice that context right away, which I didn't the first time, honestly, I think this is still a C. But it does show that the armor does have a influence of something. Okay. 30. This shows him killing a beast with that giant sword, and again, it's okay. It just shows the eye of something, which it's alright. It's nothing really crazy. I think this is a C as well. I don't know. Something about it just doesn't speak to me. It's not that great. It does show the brutality, yes, but that's really it. I don't see anything crazy special. Wait a minute. I never noticed that before. I was looking at the back of the cover here real quick, and it's hard to tell if you don't know the context, but the back panel here is from the very first volume of the succubus. You can see its eyes here. You can see its teeth, and then its tongue. Hold on, I need to find that real quick. It's like right in the first page here of the first volume. Oh my God, it is. It really is. Yeah, look. Huh. I never noticed that before. The more you know. The more you know. That's crazy. Anyway, I think I said this was a C. Sorry. I saw that and I was like, wait a sec. I recognize that picture. Because that's literally the first panel, or like one of the first panels you ever see in the beginning, which is crazy. All right, now we're getting towards the end here, which again, if you guys are still here, I appreciate that, and I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Make sure you comment and like on what you would like to see in the next video. All right, almost done. And we're at almost 40 minutes, so hope you guys are enjoying this. All right, let's get the last ones done. 31. This one shows Guts in the Berserker armor again. It shows the helmet specifically. And you can see it's kind of showing him more, like actually his face and stuff, instead of it closed completely. So it's kind of showing he's trying to get some control over it, even though it's still hard to. I would have to say, just context-wise, I would say a B. Still cool, very cool that you see him in the armor and stuff, but nothing too special, so a B. Now this one is really cool. You're like, wait a sec, why is Guts on top of Nosferatu Zod there? Well, you find out that he is helping Guts to take down an even worse enemy. And this is from the rawest and most coolest panel in all of this manga history, and it's great. If I can find it, I want to show it to you guys. Here it is. Right here. Him and Zod flying right through the enemy, which is so cool. But this is definitely an A. This is very cool how you see enemies come together for a moment to to take down a worst enemy. And you can see Guts is definitely beat up to crap from what's happened to him, which is really cool. So that's an A. Very good stuff. So we have another one here that's just Griffith. This one to me, I will admit I do not like, because it's like it's showing Griffith all in white and stuff. It's like it's nothing really good. It's not really special in my opinion, and I don't see anything out of it, and it just kind of falls flat in my opinion. So this one, I think, don't hate me, but I'm going to say this is a D. I do not like this one. I mean, it does show Griffith and everything trying to be all pseudo, but it just isn't anything special. It's a D. I'm sorry. Now this one, Volume 34. This one kind of goes back to what the Eclipse was, like that horror, that darkness, all that crazy stuff with it, and I think this one is really good because you can see there's some sort of thing happening here. You got Zod here, and you got Femto, which is Griffith's demon form, and it just shows all kinds of crazy stuff happening. I think this is an S. I think this is an S as well. This one's really, really good because it shows there's all kinds of horrors that we don't know about or something. And I think that's really good. Sorry. Okay. 35. It shows Guts, what looks like he's cutting up goblins or ogres or some kind. It looks really interesting. I don't know. I do like the carnage and stuff, but I think this is a B as well. It's okay. It's nothing really special. You'd have to know the context of why he's fighting ogres or goblins or whatever those are. Again, this one's kind of weak too. It's just showing Guts' face with the sword there. And I don't know, this one is kind of flat. Like, this one is flat. I would say this is a C. Like, it doesn't show anything special going on. It just shows Guts' face. So I'm going to say that's a C. Alright, so we have another one here with Guts in the Berserker armor. And if you don't know the context of this one is basically showing he's inside a sea god, and he's using the Berserker armor to traverse through this creature to kill it from the inside, or unalive it from the inside. And that's why it looks like this here, because that's the inside of the beast. Pure looks though, it's the Guts in the Berserker armor. It's cool. I'm gonna say a B, high B though. Almost there. This one, besides the first one, is also a very iconic one. It shows Guts through his hardships, and it kind of shows that he's matured and changed, but yet he's still the same through everything he's been through. And I like this a lot. And I think this really shows it just shows how much he's matured and also grown as a character. And I think this is an A. This is a solid A. This is one that you see a lot as well. That's one you've probably seen as well. All right. Volume 39. We're getting to the end. This one to me is also kind of meh because I think it's too bright and colorful for what Berserk is. I know it's a fantasy, but it's a dark fantasy. And I think this one looks a little too colorful and cheerful for Berserk, to be honest. But I do like how it shows something different. It's trying to be different here, but I think this is a C. It's okay. 2 more. We're almost there. Volume 40. This one is by far one of the coolest ones in the late ones. This is the only one that is in black and white of the cover. And that reason why is because these two characters here are going through a certain character's memories. And this dog you see here is Guts in this specific person's memories as a protector and a wandering thing of pain. This is really cool. This is by far one of the most unique ones that Kentaro Miura has ever done. No other volume is in black and white. And I think that is really cool. And I think this is an S. Because there has been no other cover like this. And I think that's really cool. So S tier. All right. The final one. We have Volume 41. The last one made by Kentaro Miura before his untimely passing. This one I feel like... I like how they got back to the full book pictures, not just the little borders here to show off the art. And I think this one really shows, like, it's beautiful. It looks like things are going better. And I feel like this one also has to be an S tier because it's the final one before Kentaro Miura's untimely passing. And I think this is an S tier. And I think it also has it's a great art to do it with as well. So that is all of the Berserk manga covers ranked. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.